Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving it energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God.
What's going on, boxing heads? It's your boy Cool Kind of Boxing coming back at you with another boxing video for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. So Errol Spence Jr. just dropped a video where he's training with Frank Martin. Errol Spence Jr., he looks like he's staying ready. He should, because the gates of hell have opened up on all sides. What I mean is, all his Mandos have been pressing him to fight for a fight. He got, the WBA in Mandos, the Stanionis, 14 wins, 0 losses, 9 KOs, 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. He's out of Lithuania. Now, he's got a 60% KO ratio, age 28. April 4th, 2022, he fought Raybahan Butev. They got some weird names, but he won a split decision. And July 8th, 2020, Stanionis fought Luis Collazo, and it ended up being, a no contest. It was a pretty good fight, Collazo was doing well until, he didn't, and Stanionis' youth, strength, skill stopped breaking him down. But then, he got into a headbutt where, before, the limit, I think it's 4 rounds, that it becomes a no contest. And that's what it ended up being. So they had to write that one off. And then he fought Thomas Delorme. Thomas Delorme, but one thing I want to say was about Luis Collazo. I had to remember that Luis Collazo also fought Keith Thurman, who, he was like one of the first fighters I saw that hit Keith Thurman in the body and looked like Keith Thurman was about to fold up. And he was running Keith Thurman all over the ring. But, Keith Thurman, got to give it to him. His wheels was just too good for Luis Collazo. Plus, Keith has a high boxing IQ, so, he was able to keep him away from that body. But, Luis Collazo went crazy trying to get Keith Thurman up out of there, right, with those body shots. Then he fought Thomas Delorme, of course, in March of 2021. Thomas Delorme, of course, we know him from Terrence Crawford, TKO on him in the 6th round, and Jerome Business TKO Thomas Delorme in the 1st round. And he went tooth and nail with Stanionis. We know the triangle theory doesn't work because style make fights, but he gave Stanionis all he can handle, and he won a split decision. If that's an indicator of anything, he might want to step his game up before he get in there with the truth, who's training, and he might be the first in line to get some of that frustration Errol Spence Jr. probably feeling from the field negotiations between him and Terrence Crawford. So, I hate to be that first opponent, that Errol Spence Jr. has to face, after all this rhetoric has went against him online. And, of course, Errol Spence Jr., he keeps a bulletin board of everything that's said. So, that first guy is going to be, it's going to be rough on that first dude, and if that's a Stanionis, it's going to be hard for him, right? So then, the IBF has Jerome Business, he got 29 wins, 0 losses, and 27 KOs. He's age 25, and he has a 90% KO ratio. So the kid has power. He's 5'10" with a 74-inch reach. He's out of Philadelphia. And, you know what I'm saying, he's been running the gamut on guys, you know what I'm saying, who are journeymen. Custio Clayton, he just destroyed him in the second round. He looked like he was scared in the ring. And he beat, of course, Thomas Delorme, destroyed him in the first round. And then he fought Sergey Lipinets, who gave Jerome Boots Ennis a pretty good little run for 6 rounds. And he finally broke down Sergey Lipinets, but Lipinets was taking a lot of offense, a lot of clean, flush punches. And, I mean, he was turning red in the ring. Boots was just annihilating him. And so Boots showed a lot of great movement in that bout. And, of course, Boots beat up Chris Van Heerden, but it became a no contest because, they had a clash of heads. So, so you got a Mantis Stannis, and you got Boots Ennis for the IBF, Mantis Stannis for the WBA, and now, newly, we have Keith Thurman with the WBC as a mandatory. And, of course, we know one-time Keith Thurman, who, was the unified champion, for a while. And, of course, Errol Spence Jr., everybody know the story. Errol Spence Jr. wanted that fight, but Keith Thurman just kind of, brushed him to the side. And that's why Errol Spence Jr., being petty, don't want to give, Keith Thurman that shot. So, Errol Spence Jr., while he's training, I hope he's going to move up to 154 or he's going to fight. He's got some good fights here at 147. But one thing about Errol Spence, he said it was hard to make the weight. He's made the weight for 10 years. So, he only wanted to fight Crawford. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Crawford is on some, petty crap trying to keep Errol Spence Jr. from undisputed, by taking the fight with David Avanesian. We all know if that was Errol Spence Jr., let's say going to fight Keith Thurman, and that's a narrative that they did put out there, by the way. They did put out the narrative that PBC was setting up Errol Spence Jr. with Keith Thurman. So they're everywhere, with the lies and the propaganda. And that never was on the table. So it ended up being Terrence Crawford walking away from the table, right? So, the whole energy is now trying to get flipped because now they see Errol Spence Jr. is the real deal. Now that he got all these mandatories and obligations, he's tied up with that. We got to see if Terrence Crawford will get back to the table next year, but I doubt if the PBC or Errol Spence Jr. would want to waste time, because they don't think that Crawford is being real. The guy gets slighted, off the smallest thing. So right now, EJ is looking good. He's in there with his, his trainers, to be fit. And hopefully he'll get back with Blue Blood, because I think Blue Blood really, he's at his best, or he has his best performances when he's in with the Blue Blood camp. And of course, Blue Blood is not one of them regular trainers. He's the kind of trainers that can do the work with you and outwork you. So I think it helps EJ, get to the pinnacle of his performances in the ring if he gets with Blue Blood. And shout out to Blue Blood, man, for being a master, fitness coach. And hopefully, EJ will work his way. They can get back and work together again. And we can see EJ go in there and knock out, maybe Keith Thurman, maybe a Mantis Stannis, and maybe, Boots Ennis. But those are going to be some good fights. The Boots is not, he's definitely not an opponent. He is definitely, probably going to be a champion in his own right. And that's going to be a battle right there. That's going to be the dangerous fight right there for Errol Spence Jr. I think he'll beat the Mantis Stanionis, and I think he'll beat Keith Thurman. And I just give him a little edge when it comes to Jerron Boots Ennis. You know, Jerron Boots Ennis is a beast, man. You know, he's young, he's cock ready. You know what I'm saying? He's got energy for days. He's got style for days. He's got speed. He's got accuracy. You know what I'm saying? And he has a high boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? And he got those deep rim eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna, you know, Errol Spence Jr. definitely gonna have to break those sockets to get to them eyes. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all I got. This has been Pull Counter Boxing. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. And remember what I say, y'all. Law don't go right here, law dog. It's savvy. See you guys in the next one. Peace.